Welcome back to another live trading session. I'm here, your trading coach, looking at this entry on gold here. Now this trade I just have opened few minutes ago on gold and is still valid. If this is a premium trade that I have shared in the group, with this trade that I have entered with 115 pips stop loss only, is still on and is still valid. And if anyone, so this is gonna be the trade that we will be running. So if you want to look at for the educational purpose, you can do so. Make sure before you go progress further, you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. And this is a sell trade on XAUUSD. Thank you. Welcome. And I'm waiting for all the members to show up. Say yes if you are here. Say yes so that I know that you guys are here and you get back on. And I'm waiting for a lot of yes so that we can begin this NY session trade setup. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, still on trade? Yes. TP1 or partial. So TP1 and TP2. So TP1 set at 4493 and TP2 at 4482. So 2 TP. Profit target 1 at 4493. So exact profit target 1 at 4490.93. Okay, and this is the TP1 and also you have TP2. So with the TP1 we will be looking at 220 pip. We can adjust the TP1 for nearly 200 pip that I will be preferring if we see the market successfully drop, but I would leave it now, leave it there to see that which way the market is heading. And there is also coming later today news that if you look at, and if the market successfully break that low here, gonna be a significant move back here. And I will be leaving this TP1 here so that we can have a good move. We'll be looking to see that TP1 to come back down, and if successfully break that TP1, we can look for the TP2. Okay, so let's wait to see where the market is heading. And in the meantime, beginning this session here for the NY live, and we will be looking at extended trade entries later today with the technical, fundamental, as well as the sentiment confirmation here in the market. Here's the move that you can see on XAUUSD. We are looking at here for the market structure. This is where the price action has tested multiple times and it's a downtrending market, and I'm looking at for a possible sell entry setup in this market. Thank you very much. Glad to be back. Welcome. Yes, glad to be back. So back to back 2 long week candlestick pattern that you can see here in this area. And with this 2 long week candlestick pattern, if we see successful break below that, we can look for the market to come back to TP1 here. And 4-hour candlestick pattern also, we can see that there is initial move. This is a falling market that looking forward to see this market to have another retest of this support level. As if you closely look at that, we can see that this market is trying to reverse. The overall trend is bearish. If you look at the DXY, we can see earlier today on DXY there has been significant breakout. If you look at that on USD JPY, also showing that upside bias. That you can see here in this area. Pretty long week candlestick pattern that you can see here in this area. If successfully breaks below, that's gonna be another lower low potentially that looking forward to see here. Okay, now you can see here there is a breakout in this trend line. It's coming back to this for this 1 minute trend line, and already okay. Now this breakout that you can see of this support, it reached this level which is a key support area, and of this key support area the market may here revert, potentially retest, and then could continue to come down here, and that might be this market to if this is a false breakout that you can see from this trend line break, that can create a new lower low here. All right, so this is the technical. I'm looking at still bearish, and I'm on the sell trade. Now the question is that what are you looking at here for the fundamental as well as the sentiment? We'll be looking at what is the current geopolitical situation as well as the market sentiment and also the calendar. So I'm looking at calendar here, and so if you look at that calendar, I'll be filtering for the red folder news. Come on. So if you look at only the red folder, we can see that there is there are some news coming. ISM service PMI, which is nearly to 2 hours, less than 2 hours, we'll be covering here in this live session. And I think that is the high impact news. So we look to see that how the market react to that. Now here in this support, the market is trying to break out again upside here, and with this upside momentum, what you can see of this support, it's trying to break above here. So if the market failed to create a higher high, we could see the market to create this lower low here in this area. Now from the intraday, we can see the market is trying to break this high again. If it does, no problem. The next level also we'll be looking at some other levels that if the market goes, we have managed the risk accordingly. Now we see there is a retest and trying to break above. Welcome. In the meantime, we are waiting for a possible trade movement. The trade is on. Now, in the meantime, traders, if you haven't liked this stream, you can do so. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Looking for a sell trade setup. We are on the trade looking for a move back below. And if you look at the technical aspect, as we discuss in the market, that overall we have traded the overall trend. That's what the key here. Okay, always looking at the overall trend in the market, and you can see that we see some rejection coming off this higher price, which is I would say that a potential good news that the market is trying to break that low here. And if the market actually break that low here, that this market structure could remain for another wave of drop back below. Right, so this is a bearish engulfer that you can see, and that bearish engulfer can create new lower low. Are you with me here? So yes, if you are. And I'm running this sell trade for a possible back down here with first TP setting at nearly to 100 pip. And how many of you following this trade say yes in the live chat? That I would like to know. And by the way, also, if you look at the current sentiment, that I would like to look at what is happening with because this is an integral part of the market movement. You can't avoid it. Okay, I saw sometime the members said, okay, we don't want to look at the news because sometimes it's get emotional. But the thing is that, guys, the market moves, and that's the part of trading. And we can't, if you look at the market is moving based on the news, what is happening with the geopolitics and all other factors constantly contributing in the market movement. So we need to look at that. We need to look at the breaking news, and we need to look at what is happening all around for any kind of entry. So this is how the market moves, and as a trader, we need to look at that because you need to keep eye on the overall the market direction to find the best trade setup. All right. So here is we have opened the entry at a high probability zone. Trading with the trend is our primary motto, and the rest, many of the things that we need to leave it on the market. The goal here is to trade with the trend and let the things the market to do the job for you when you are trading with the trend. Most of the time you're gonna be right. Sometime the trade might not go in your favor, and that's completely fine as we manage the risk accordingly. So let's look at here where the market is heading. And So the 1 hour here, the market is at this support area, and with the lower time frame market movement. So if you look at that, there is a breakout structure, and I would say this is potentially a false breakout. And if it is a false breakout, we could see that move. However, I'm waiting to see further confirmation. If we see that high probability move, that's a good move that you could take. So here is currently the market in this key support level, and breaking below can create a significant move here in that market. If we look at that here, with the break below, okay, so we can see some kind of rejection of this, and with the TP1 setup on XAUUSD, if you look at that, TP1 is potentially at 100 pip, and you wanna take the first TP potentially successfully, that can give another wave of move here on XAUUSD. You will see that where it is heading, and successful drop down back below, it can create an entire breakdown of this market structure, and we could see that new lower low, because the overall trend here is bearish. So we have traded the trend for a successful move. I'm waiting for the market to, I have opened 2 positions with this setup. So the TP1 set at 4490, which will close by itself. Once we can successfully close the TP1, we'll be moving the stop loss at entry, and we'll run the next one for the full profit target. Okay, thank you. So bearish pressure on stocks. It depends. So I can't see my comments in the chat. Okay, I can't see my comments in the chat. I see that you have said yes. Are you hidden on the chat? Probably you can sign out and sign in if that happens. So the TP1 is at this level. TP1 means the take profit one at this level, and TP2 is here. Okay, depending on where you are looking at. It's variable 4492, but I would move to 4492 is better because there is a gap open here, and TP1 that I would like to adjust at 4492.03. Somehow my trade was not sure. I had an error here. Right, so I'm re-entering my trade, stopped out, had an error. I'll be re-entering again, sharing the same trade here as well. It was 4515. Okay. To adjust a little bit of entry, and I have updated the group, guys. There has been some update on our trade that I have shared in the group, so you can use that new update in the group. For those who are watching the live, you don't have to do anything, but for those who are in the not on the live but probably only looking at the group, you can look at the update. Well, but I see a big pullback to the upside. Wouldn't get in yet. Okay, thank you. And in the meantime, did you like this stream? That I see the likes is still not there. Thank you. Make sure you do so. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. And yeah, absolutely. When you like, it goes to more to algorithm likes it. Now here is what you can see with some of the recent update with the current. Yes, I see the update now. Thank you very much. Trump, Iran really wants to make a deal, and it will be a good one for the US dollars. Okay, so we had some update on Argachi. The ceasefire is unequivocally ceasefire on all fronts, including Lebanon. Okay, so Iran uranium transfer disposal not in the US draft pact. USA struck Iranian radar and drone control sites. Okay, so you see that some recent update that one of them, the Iran uranium transfer disposal not in the draft pact. So I think there is still some negotiation going on about the transfer and disposal for the uranium, which is I think the main reason for one of the main reasons for the conflict there. USA struck in Iranian radar. I think the war is still happening. Trump hits out at craving critics on Iran peace talk at a new month at impasse. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered attacks on target in the southern Lebanon. Okay, southern suburb of Beirut. Okay, and Kuwait air defense are actively intercepting missiles and drones. Kuwait state news agency. So there is still war going on, especially in the Middle East area. Yes, okay, ceasefire in Lebanon is integral part of any agreement to end the war. Okay, so there is a lot of disagreement that I would say that is still, and that disagreement is also means that when I'm looking at especially beginning of this, probably we discussed many times here, and I would like to again reiterate, is that this time gold is bearish with the war with Iran, right? So if you look at that, that means in the Middle East region. So oil, if you look at the WTI, now we saw that today with the new weekly new opening on the weekly. So if you look at that, oil was gap open, right? and then the market initially bounced back to the upside. So now this could be a pullback, or it's a starting of another move. And what I think that oil might range long term, but as I mentioned, you can't know the future, but from what I can see here, that from my experience, that what I would say that oil might be going something like that. So if you look at that series of lower high, right? Okay, and that's a series of lower high. And if you look at that, something like that, okay, so that means oil might concentrate into one price move. So it might range here of this support, okay, which is $78 to $80 on WTI. Brent could be different, and then creating a lower high, higher low, and moving here for a bit of extended time. And then of this consolidation, you could see breakout or breakdown, and then maybe here moving little in a sideway until we see that things got in one direction again. So here is on again, we can see that there are some move on gold, and there is one single move here that you guys can see upside. And I would say that now, if you look at after creating a lower low, the market moved up, which is pretty long week candlestick pattern. Of this long week, if the market gain here momentum, then we can expect another drop or going back again, but you'll see that where it is heading back in that area. So you have taken any trade? Yes, I've taken a trade. Thank you. We are short on gold. Okay, we saw that there was there's a new lower low, and the market has gone again back to the upside. So now, if this move coming to lower low, we can expect new lower low here. By the way, have a minute of break, less than a minute, we'll be back. All right. Okay. So you see a move back, which is good to see that. Thank you. All right. So if you guys are here, make sure you like this stream. Did you do that? And the trade is on, which is on now. And share the Telegram link. You guys can find link below this video. Don't you see the first link? I'm sharing here again in the live chat. You can see that already. So here is the move. Here is the move, and this is just the beginning. Okay, we have the whole week. This week is special NFP week, and I would like to take it to the next level in this NFP week. You look at that. Now when you're looking at the NFP week, if you guys look at, that's very important to look at. Now NFP week is the market really moves a lot during this NFP, and with this move that you can see with NFP, the market shows bigger direction. I always look at to enter during this time period. Okay, some movement here. Initial drop to nearly to 60 pip, and the way the market structure has formed, if this market fails to create a higher high, we see there is some kind of rejection back below. We can look for a new lower low, as the market trend is bearish, and this is also if you look at that, trading with the trend makes it really interesting. That's what I like to trade with the trend always, because the volume is high, right? Okay, so you can see some sideways movement. Still the market is trading in the direction that we are looking at. I've shared the Telegram link here, and also we starting to see some move in our favor here in the direction of our bias. This is what we are looking at here in this market to see that where the market is heading. Okay, now keep in mind, guys, very important to look at that patience is the key aspect of successful trading. right? Which is very important to look at. And when you are looking at when you remain consistent, that means that you are patient with your trade, you're gonna see consistent results. Okay, and this is the most important part of trading psychology, is to be very focused on the trade that you are working on, right? And we can see some break below here of this level, and with this break, that looking forward to see the market to show some further bias back in that area. And we had our previous session as well. This is the first trading day, and I'm really looking to see some significant move later today. If you look at the current okay, some move back here upside that you can see. Of this level. Now we have 15 minutes that back-to-back two dodges. It's really a little unusual move, but it happens sometime. Two rejection. That might push a little higher here now. Okay, so with this, if you look at that rejection, if market successfully break again back below, I will be looking to see this market to create again new lower low, because if it fails to create a higher high, potentially to create a new lower low here, right? And now that day, if you look at, I think the day 2 days earlier, past week, we open a trade almost nearing to the profit target, and then there was a breaking news, the market has gone opposite. So I highly encourage you to keep always track of what is happening. And also you guys can share in the chat if you see that something coming up. Probably I'm not aware of if we are on the live. and I am here to look at. Now this is where, if you look at, this is the 5 minutes price action, which is pretty stronger move that you can see. And if the market, this one, successfully drop that down back below on gold, we could see the market to here reject back again to the downside. I see there are a rejection of this higher price, which is a possibility a move back again. Okay, here with this doji of this, that looking for market to break the structure back below, and with the 1 hour candle close, that could create significant selling pressure that I'm looking to see how the market does. And based on that, if the market successfully break below, it's gonna be a good move for us to take again to the downside, and looking forward to see that the market is straight to come back to this TP1, even possibly to go back to TP2. Here's what is, you can see the market is maintaining its uptrend here in this area, and with the doji formation of this with a liquidity sweep, looking forward to see the market to break that low here. And now TP2 say 4492. Alrighty, so you can see that after this initial breakout, the market is having some bearish bias, and that bearish bias with this 30 minutes candle close, the market might be here potentially breaking that low, and I'm really excited to take this trade to the next level. Are you holding this trade? Let me know in the live chat if you're holding, and just press yes or just type any letter. For those who will be typing this letter, know that you are holding this trade. Cool. There, very good. Okay, and if you haven't entered, also you can share that you didn't enter, and also let us know that what could be the reason you didn't enter. So TP2 is actually 4482 in the group. I have updated. Okay, we just have entered below our entry, so there is a multiple false breakout that I'm really excited to see this trade to eventually break below, as the market shows that there is a potential for trend continuation. As you can see, the market in this zone, this is one time trend line, second time, and few times the market has created multiple times that the price has tested the trend line, which is showing that the trade may here continue to break below. How many of you think that it's gonna break below? Okay, good to see that. And so once the market goes 100 pip, we can take the TP1 and we still be running the TP2 for the full 220 to 30 pip. I'm still waiting, sir. Okay, so for those who are waiting, I would really encourage you to look at this trade, either it's winner or loser, because that's where the learning, that's where the growth is, right? Keep in mind that willingness to learn is where you're gonna really progress as a trader. Okay, now let me tell you a secret of why it is so important. Okay, there's something very few knows, okay, which is when you look at the trading, 50% of a trader's success depend on the trading psychology. The rest of the 50% you can divide into strategy, okay, technical analysis, risk management. These are the parts. So trading psychology carries a huge weight in terms of your trading success, right, which is very important to look at. And that's a big part of trading when you are looking at the trading psychology. Okay, and understanding your emotion is important because fear and greed are the two major part of two major emotion that plays out in trading. Probably you know from very early, if you are a trader for some time, fear and greed, and more of that, right? Because we have many emotions that we go through. If you look at the spectrum of the emotion, okay, and especially fear and greed are the two major emotion that plays out when we are trading, and that overcoming these two is very important, mastering both of them for successful entry. So there are some missile exchange, I think, like the missile that being fired on both directions. So the war is on, and we can see that the ceasefire is, I think, it's not there. And also, if you look at that, the negotiation is in between. But what we can see that the war, I would say that it's almost escalated now, and the market is trading accordingly. Okay, so you see there are 3 hours move here. Geopolitical risk return as a stronger US dollar pressure matter lifts oil. We can see that of the recent move, we see that there are some pullback on oil. Gold is still bearish here. Gold bearish because this war, gold is bearish with this current, with this war. So whenever the market is coming down, and we can see that there's a war going on, okay, because sometimes this contradicts, right? We know that, even me from very early, that when there is a war, gold is likely to go up, but now with this war, gold is coming down. That's interesting, isn't it? What could be the reason? I have already, I think, few days we discussed that. Just repeating, you guys know that with this war, gold is bearish. Okay, it's because the dollar index is going up. If you look at dollar index, do you see that? Yep, dollar index is bullish. So when dollar index is bullish, we are trading spot on gold versus dollar index. So dollar index is going, you'd see that USD JPY is going up, and you'd see that British pound US dollar will drop and euro dollar is dropping. Okay, usually in a time of war, commodity currencies normally remain, that means the riskier currency remain bearish. Okay, what is happening with AUD USD? Let's looking at AUD USD. So AUD USD also, you can see that there is a bearish move. If you look at the AUD USD is on a downtrend, which is important to look at. Okay, now this is on AUD USD, bearish. XAUUSD also with the AUD USD bearish, XAUUSD also bearish. Now XAUUSD is now breaking off this key level, which is showing that this might be further downside movement here back below. And the 4-hour, this is the 4-hour support. The market tested the low. Okay, and it just tested the lower shadow of this support. I think that the market is still can penetrate back below in the major flow, major direction of the trend. 15 minutes and 30 minutes, all of them are in one moment. Market is going one thing in both time frame. 15 minutes and 30 minutes, all of them are in one moment. Market is going one thing in both time frame. Yeah, so usually, when you see that the market is going 15 minutes, you could see the market is going on 30 minutes also bearish, because this is a multiple time frame, right? Just different in time frame. Bitcoin dropping, British USD. Okay, British USD is also because you see that Bitcoin versus dollar index, right? So with dollar index going up, usually all those traded against dollar will come down, as the market does. So let's understand that what does it mean to go dollar index to be bullish. What is actually mean for everything? It's important, right? If something is going, let's say dollar is going to be expensive, right? Dollar is going up. What does that mean? In general sense, if you go to the market, if the Apple price goes up, the more demand for Apple. Simple analogy, right? If there are 10 Apple in the market, and there are 5 buyers, usually what will be the Apple price? If there are 10 Apple and there are 15 buyers, so if 10 Apple 5 buyer, if 10 Apple 15 buyer, which market will go up? Definitely 10 Apple 15 buyers, because the number of Apple is less than the number of buyers, so it's going to go up, because in that case the seller will think of, okay, there are 15 buyers, I have only 10 apples, so therefore who will be giving me more price, I will give it to him, because it's free market economy, right? You can't tell anyone to give in a specific person. It's a free market economy. So therefore, now here the market dropped to this, come on, for 96. Can you go for a TP1? Okay, we see the market has reached this level again, and we're gonna see that moving back below. Looking for another possible break below here, and once the market successfully break this low, we'll be able to take the TP1, and then I'm looking to take the TP1 so that we can secure some profit here in that trade. This is the first trade of the day in our day trading group, and we got few trades also in our scalping group. For those who are there, should be able to see that as well. Okay, so with that said, if we look at the DXY with the dollar index going up, means that with the dollar means that there is a higher demand for dollar, right? So okay, we see that break below, which is good to see that TP1 nearly reached. Okay, TP1 TP1 hit. I have to close manually because I took all of them to position. It's almost there. So I have taken the half, the other half is still on, and that might go back here to hit that profit target. Okay, I would manually close the rest of the position here. It gone a lot, so it might just bounce off this. I'm taking out. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, it's full TP hit. Gold is priced in dollar, which makes gold more expensive when dollar goes up. Bitcoin, gold is pricing in dollar, which makes gold more. No, so what will happen with the gold? You see that the central banks, the mainly the market moves by what the central reserve bank is doing is very important. So reserve bank has gold and also has dollar index. Okay, so that's where the balance is. When gold is going up, automatically, when dollar will go up, automatically gold will become bearish. Okay, so this is what usually what it means. As I mentioned, simplicity is the key, right? When something is going up, means that more and more buyers is buying, and also is potentially less inflationary, potentially, in my opinion, because usually when there inflation happens when there are more printing, right? Something printed more, then inflation happens. So if something printed more, usually the price drop because it's gonna be more available. So almost all central banks hold dollar, and dollar is going up, is getting more and more expensive. Okay, so therefore, if you hold something as a reserve, then definitely when it is going up, you're not gonna sell it, right? You're gonna, even if you sell it, you wanna hold more, you wanna buy more because it's going up. That's the simple. So now with the current and we saw that USD/JP were also bullish significantly to the upside. Yeah, we can say USD/JP also in an uptrending market direction. To 120 pip taken. To 120 pip. 220 pip taken. awesome. Thank you very much for feedback. Single candle 280 pip drop. Yep. How far will go down? Not sure how far, but there might be further drop. We'll see that how far it goes. Now, taken that move, which is pretty good move here, that I'm happy with that big one, right? Let's take a deep breath, okay? And then look for another one. Take a deep breath. Count in, inhale in count 3, and exhale in count 3. And have a little bit of music on with higher volume. We need little volume, right? The music motivated me a lot. Me too. Thank you for that confirmation. Yeah. Music is always high energy, right? Because it's the wave in it, so it has a frequency. Okay. The reason music is highly, because it's the integral part of the nature, right? If you look at that, music has a certain kind of vibrational quality. That means that, you know, that you see the different kind of the band of frequency, okay? 700 hertz, 300 hertz, depending on. So some music will synchronize with your brain frequency, okay? And what that happen is that the brain is the powerhouse of the body, right? So when the brain has synchronized with the music frequency, that because what the brain does is, the job of the brain actually is to do an energy efficient task. And that's why you'll see that sometime people have some habit that is become detrimental to them. They cannot sometimes go out of it, become addicted to it, is because of the brain's way to become an energy efficient. Because brain doesn't know that something is good for you or bad for you. What the brain will do is only will go take the path of least resistance, like the energy flow the path of least resistance, right? So energy is always will flow the path of least resistance, where the easy road it can find. What we are doing every day, it's easy road, it's a familiar, because it doesn't have to like create new neuro connection. It already has neuro connection, so it's energy efficient way to go. So, but the music will create sometime will give you new, like it will change the frequency of your brain if you can synchronize it. But not all music, some music helpful. All right, so now, which is good, neither bad. Actually, nothing is good or bad. Everything is the way it is. Now we are looking at here. We saw that there is a drop here. Now the market is trending, and we are looking at here in this market for another entry, right? This is what you want to do here. The music. Okay, thank you. it's coming here down below and potentially to go even further lower. And here is very sharp. If you look at this level here, there is fair value gap. Okay, now we are looking at here fair value gap. Now fair value gap is very important to look at because this is an imbalance in the market, and when you trade the imbalance, it becomes much easier to for the market to give you more profitable entry, because the market moves from imbalance to the imbalance. Okay, so here you can see the market, there was an imbalance, the price has moved back and again broken back below. So here it's showing that there is a potential for if we see successful move, we can look at again. Thank you so much, sir, for your trade. You're always welcome, guys. We are trading every single day. In the previous session, if you looked at in our London session, we couldn't enter because I haven't found that proper entry. Okay, this one I have entered even before I start. So the key here is to look for the high probability setup. Okay, that's what you need to look at. So when you can find the high probability setup, it's gonna give you always better understanding of where the market is going. Look at the 30 minutes, also pretty strong drop that you can see, and I think that the market potentially to remain here bearish for another potential move back below. And anytime once you can find the entry opportunity, you can look at another entry here. It's the current level that you could see the market to go ahead and retest. Look, this is where minutes move, market is trying to, there is a one single drop here below the support. Okay, this candle can continue or you could see deeper pullback here. Usually standalone candle, I normally don't trade standalone candle, rather better to trade from a break of structure. This kind of one single candle sometimes goes back again for an entire move to the upside here. So we see there is a stronger bearish, but the pullback is possible. We still have the news coming up, and I would like to look at the news as well. Okay, so So is there any, you see there are some if you look at that red folder volatility news, just show the Iran stops message exchange with the US in protest against Zionist crimes. Okay, so big up for shell trade, big up. Okay. In the light of continuation of the crimes of the Zionist regime in Lebanon and the fact that Lebanon was one of the preconditions for the ceasefire, and that the ceasefire has now been violated on all fronts, including Lebanon. The Iranian negotiating team is suspending talks. Okay, so that means I think that this is a very high volatile news, red folder category. So I think this is some kind of I would say that breakdown or crack in the current negotiation that was going on. So which is also another indication of possibly going in the military direction, right? This is what you can see. We saw that with the Kuwait also, the intercepted missiles. So here the intercepted missiles targeting. This is only 48 minutes ago. Yes, intercepted Iranian missiles targeting American forces in Kuwait Central Command says. So we have seen that there are quite a few news that in Kuwait there is missile being intercepted. So now that means from the Iranian source, Iran stops message exchange with the US in protest against the Zionist crimes. So the light of the continuation of crime. Okay, so which is what I think that ultimately is heading towards the military or the attack, counter attack. And how does, I think that was the reason why there was a break of structure that you can see on gold. And if you look at oil is slowly trying to push back here. This is the news for the oil this hour. After this pullback, that might push that oil market here potentially back in the resistance. So someone says no worse, also there. Okay. So the market here on gold is in a significantly in a downtrend that you can see, and therefore if you look at that, okay, so this is the with the current 5 minutes price action, also you can see the market is here showing up that there might be further downtrending move that you could see. Market structure shows that bearish directional bias. So here we can expect now a possible pullback. Okay, if it goes for this pullback, as with this breaking news shows that, you see the volatility now, with the breaking news shows that there is potentially the negotiation might not be very effective at the moment, at least with this time. So the market is reflecting that volatility, and we can see that up on WTI, which is pretty stronger move on WTI. You can see that this is the 5-minute chart. There's a buying pressure with the fact that there might be more military with also gold. We can see that. So therefore I think gold might here move downside, and we can see DXY is also showing up that there is, you see that DXY has gone back to the upside, so it further upside on DXY. So with the DXY up, we can see that on XAUUSD showing that there is a further downside here on this. So let's look at here on 5-minute chart, and this is that you can see the current move that might be, this is a potentially a deeper pullback here. This is the current level of resistance that you can see the market has hit that level. Going up here can create now potentially a further selling opportunity, and this is a falling market, so I'll be looking at only to sell here. Now you can see that whenever the market is going up, there's a rejection coming, bearish price action showing up, that there is a liquidity sweep which could create significant move here. Let's see, wait to see how this candle is closing and how the market structure is reacting to that will determine that how the price action might play out over the long term. And in the meantime, make sure you also join the group that currently open, the Telegram group, where you can find my regular trade updates, trade setup, as well as analysis that I'm posting every day. And don't miss out those channel where we have an incredibly high win rate. We have successfully closed this one here, and I'm looking for more entries in this market to find better trading opportunity later. Okay, so this move that you can see on gold, and I think that move now is on a fair value gap. If you look at the 1 hour, 4 hour, it's on the fair value gap. The 4 hour candle close coming, and before the candle close we might see that now pull back to the upside, and the 5-minute candle move is also significant to see that how the market structure is playing out here in this area. Going up for this deeper pullback is where we can look for further entry opportunity in this market. So guys, if you like this stream, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. We have still 20 minutes for the data to come up for the news, and we will be looking at for the upcoming calendar news that you can see. That also will be another market mover, and I think the market also has gained a huge liquidity sweep here that can create further possibility for the market to remain here. In the meantime, what's your bias now on gold? Do you think that it's gonna bounce back again, or it's gonna move again in the direction of the flow? Share your feedback here. Okay, so with this doji that you can see here, pretty long doji here, right? And this doji, the market might be here creating its pressure back below that you could see here in this area. Big up for, yeah. And here the market, if you look at it's what I think now possibly to create another bias that you can see through the 15 minutes candlestick pattern, which is pretty long and creating possible head and shoulder here. We might see that another drop of this head and shoulder. See that 15 minutes, there is a pretty big drop followed by this green candle that you can see is comparatively smaller, okay, and that can create that pressure back down here to the support area in this market. Now the price action on 15 minutes is important to look at to see where actually the market is preparing. So there is a news coming and we can look for entry if we see that we still have 15 minutes to go. If we see a successful move, just a minute of break, we'll be back and we'll be trading live. cold winter here, guys. This is pretty interesting. I had a heater on, but it's still it's cold. That's interesting. Summer, right? Summer with you? So hot here. It's just the illusion, right? What is your season now in your zone? Autumn? Anyone in autumn? You're someone in the UK. It's very hot here. Yeah, it's very hot now. Oh, the market is, yeah, which is another wave of drop. Okay. All right, so here is the market of this that we can see after the 15 minutes candle close, rejected back below. Cool. Now, what we can see here in this area, that you can see the market from this high, that there is a rejection that you can see here. And with this rejection that you can see, the market has shown that so far bearish pressure. And there is, if you look at that, there is here, again, it created another imbalance here, another liquidity sweep that you can see here in that area. And as the market moves from liquidity to liquidity, we could see the price action to show its how it is doing here in that area, which is very important to look at. We are okay now. the current market structure that you can see here with this long wick rejection of this higher time frame here, price action has shown that bearish move, and we could see the price to continue to drop here, potentially back below to the support area to create a new lower low here in this market. So we will see the news coming in just a matter of 5 minutes, right? Now with this news, if the spike is up, okay, we have 5 minutes to go. That's gonna be another potential entry. And I would like to ask you guys with a pool, with the spike, 5 minutes time, like everyone, can you just press say USD with the upcoming news spike up or down? So can you predict the spike up or down? Down. Okay, so you can see that here. Share your thought and opinion with the upcoming. I have shared. You can just press that bot button. We have successfully closed one trade, which is a very good one, 220 pip, and now you want to take another one. Okay, so you need to look at, we have taken that deep breath, now ready for another one. Let's see that where things are heading. Again, I always keep looking at the breaking news, because breaking news has taken many of my trade out of the market, even the profitable one. Okay, so always keep eye what is happening. That this is the news that broken the support. So Iran stops messages exchange with the US in protest against the Zionist crimes. Okay, I really don't know what it is, but what you can see now, if you look at the next one, what you can see here, Trump, Iran will really want to make a deal, and it will be a good force for the US. So you can see here the next one that you can see, Iran ensure Japan ships passage by Hormuz with greater ease. So I think this one is from Japan, that if you look at, okay, so you can see that Iran ensure Japan ships passage via Hormuz with greater ease. Okay, so that means Iran is giving, or you say there was a call, but I think Strait of Hormuz is, there is a, who is in, I'm still not sure who is in charge of that, but I think it's, anyway, we can't go there and see it, but what we can see here, which is good, Trump hits out of, okay, a giant ship flying the Panama flag quite a few. This one is yellow folder, that's gonna give some idea. A giant ship flying the Panama flag explodes in Iraqi territory waters. So there is, that means there is an attack on the ship that has a Panama flag on it. So this basically, I think that one has moved the oil price back above. Okay, see there is a significant breakout on oil price. Okay, you can see that it's pretty massive move on oil price, and so therefore gold is melting down, right? It's too hot, now it's melting down. Now with the upcoming data, if the spike up, it may create possible again selling opportunity, right? Can you press the vote button, guys, to see that actually where it is heading, to see that what's your bias on that? Thank you. Okay. Enter after that green 15 minutes candle again. You mean this one? This is the resistance line. Okay, where it is? Where's the data? $54, which is I think that's where the dollar index is flying potentially upside. Okay, that's where you can see the market has picked back to the upside. Hi everyone, thank you very much. Welcome. Okay, so we see that the spike initially has gone both direction. Scroll now, come on. Good trade. I stayed out and it didn't fit my setup. It's fine. We discussed that, right? No trade is also a trade. No deal also a deal, right? Because if you don't do any deal, that means you also make a decision not to do it. So that's what, like that. If you don't trade, this is also a trade. But you need to know actually that is what you want. Now you can see here in this area that the market has reached that level and we are looking to see the market to break that high and return back. I think going down you see the support have. Okay, so the support is here, right? Quite a few smaller candlestick pattern being formed here, and I think that might create further pressure here. What do you think? Okay, the market is trying to break off this level, which is this is the 5 minute chart, and with this 5 minutes move we could see a break above, and that can create possible so if you look at that level here, and of this zone, the market is going to that level, and we can see the price action here in that area. So the news is being published, and I would say that we might see potential another trade setup here in that area. Okay, a possibility that we could see the market to show another entry opportunity after initial move, and the 5 minutes move is here, and I will be looking to see right. So there might be a downside here. Okay, there is a, if you look at this is the 5 minutes price action, and there is a potential selling pressure of this level that you could see that can create selling pressure here, and let's see if we can look at possible short opportunity of this level. I'll be looking to sell here, guys, with tight stop loss. We can take here, this is a very tight stop loss, and I will be looking to see here potential entry. Okay, so I'll keep my stop loss a little higher because there might be a spike here. 4461.50, and we'll set TP below, but we can take, if needed, earlier profit as we have taken our previous trade successfully, and I would like to take this one potentially successfully if it happens. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm still open to take small losses if needed. Okay, so if the market now having a break below, this is a very tight stop loss, might need to move it. I don't know, it's gone little explosive move. Okay, here the current stop loss at 450. I put at 4561.50, and if it takes me out, then I'll be unfortunate, but I think there's a potential for rejection again. If your entry is higher, then I would say probably little moving stop loss, moving little higher the stop loss here. I moved stop loss at 4466 just to give it some breathing, and then we'll bring it back again with the candle close. The chances for a drop again. I moved the stop loss at 4466 because this happened when we entered too fast. My stop loss now at 4466.33. The market here, if you look at that, there is a the news move, this one, and once the market successfully breaks below, if it does, then we will be moving the stop loss again in place. And it, as I mentioned, the smaller stop loss sometimes causes this kind of difficulty, because the market really moves very fast. So here is this is a falling market. There is a trend down here. The price tested this support as resistance. Now we can expect it to revert again below. Okay, so still kind of spike. Okay, if this is a false breakout, this one is going to be nice looking move back below. I'm looking forward to see what is else here in this area. Okay, a couple of things that you can see. Iran cuts of talks, says there won't be negotiation with aggression in Lebanon report. Okay, so that means the talking is that means that the messaging is potentially stopped, and therefore here with another move, the market is trying to push back again of this. Here is breaking up probably. Let's see that where in fact it's heading. It might go for a deeper pullback, that can happen, but ultimately if it goes up, it might go for a deeper pullback here. And 15 minutes price action so far. This is the 15 minutes candle. I'll be surprised to see if the market goes until it bounce back here. Okay, we might need to this one becomes to Now, if this is the end of this move, can expect another move back here. Okay, we'll see that where it is heading. It's a little surprising move, but if that's a pullback after this move, then you can expect it to drop again, indicating lower low, or going to hit that level again. Ah, come on. Here, if this one breaks below, then I would say that this is a false breakout and the market may here back, and we could take the second trade successfully closed in profit. The first one closed with significant profit, that I would say 220 pip, and the second one in a single day, 2 trades is quite a bit up in the live, in fact. Now this is the 15 minutes candle close with, if you look at that, in this falling market it closed as a green candle after the red. Now breaking below here, even breaking below entry is a good move for us at the moment, as we have secured our previous trade. Has the news happened? Yes, the news is happened. Okay, good trade, and thank you. And could we now see a pullback on Nasdaq now in daily time frame? To me, the trend looks exhausted. Okay, we'll be looking at, but I'm really excited to see the gold is coming down. I'm near to my entry. I want to take this one also some profit here, second trade after the previous one, if we successfully see that, and then we'll be looking at the Nasdaq as well. First of all, let's see that. Come on, it might take me out. There's some again there is potentially breaking news. Let's see where it is heading. Okay, so liquidity sweep, I'm still on the trade, and that's interesting. I'm still on the trade. Okay, this is a long wick doji that you can see, and with this long wick doji, that looking forward to see that the market to come down here. Let's see how this doji plays out here in this area. Okay, getting that downside here of this level, and we could see the market structure to create this possible downside here, guys. And we saw that there was initial move. Let's wait to see that successful move. If it happens, we can look for another new lower low. Okay, so a bearish engulfer has formed here. Now come on, that might now try to go back again. Okay, see that here. It's in a very critical level, very crucial level. Like to see a new lower low to be created that can create another pressure back below here. Thanks for joining, guys, and also make sure you like this stream, subscribe to the channel. Currently premium group open for some period of time. You can take that chance by joining the link below this video, the first link, and also press the notification bell for all the updates and education as well as analysis that I'm posting, so that you're not missing out on that. Okay, now 5 minutes candlestick pattern, which is a doji here. I think this might try to go back again. Let's see that where go back up, then I'll go out with this one. Might try to pick. Might try to go back up here. Therefore it's now 50-50 chance. So okay. I'm publishing the ending the pool, and the market is creating very funny structure here that really sometimes it does, especially when the market is confused. Like sometimes we get confused with the trade, and open 2 trades, but okay, so this 5 minutes, the current one, that looking to see that potentially to break below, and if it breaks below here, that can create that pressure back down here in that area. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoying the live session. Give me a feedback here if you're enjoying, and every day I'm coming on live twice. So if you recently joined or recently watching, keep eye for the 2 lives, one in London, one is NY, where also you can see that every trade that I'm opening. And in addition to that, premium group currently open, so you can find the joining link below, which is for limited time. You can join there, stay connected for all update, education as well as analysis. Now here is, you can see that this is the doji here that you can see. And with this doji, the market is now trying to break that low here and looking to see the support to break below. And with this support break that we are looking at here in this market to come down to retest that. And if you look at the 5 minutes red candle here, which is a sign of downside movement, and we are on it, and I'm on it. If you guys look at, let's see if there is any new breaking news, or the one that we have seen so far is moving the market. Okay, I'm deleting the previous lines here. Okay, and Iran stops negotiating with the US, vows to completely block the Strait of Hormuz. State media. So Iran's state media says that they want to block the Strait of Hormuz entirely, and they'll stop negotiation with the US. So that, what does that mean? Is this now everything is going to the military? That's what you can see. Recently there are so there is a flagship was fired, and also I think there was the interception in Kuwait. So okay, now the market is, that's why I'm both of this trade. You see that, as I mentioned, guys, this is a big understanding. Okay, this time gold is bearish with the war, and when I see there is a very close negotiation or this chance to end, then I look for buy. But you see that if you look at all my trade, most of the trade that I have opened recently all sell, because we see that there is a significant escalation, and which is going to see that oil is showing up upside that you can see, and DXY also upside that you can see. Of this, there was a significant breakout with DXY, which is showing that XAUUSD to be in a downside move. So therefore, if you look at this, is we are at 15-minute chart, and so far the market has dropped to our near to our entry. We love it a lot. Thank you very much. Okay, so here this is what you can see in this area. The market has tested again, drop to near to the entry. Now if this drop maintaining its downtrend, we could see another wave of drop. And okay, with the current move that you can see of this from here, that drop created to this support pullback, and you could see another drop. So second trade running, and you want to take this one as well, potentially in closing profit. So candle close on the 15 minutes. Now this 15 minutes candle close is important to look at, as it closed as a bearish price action here that you can see. And I think this is still showing that the trend is bearish. What do you think? Coming down again to our entry. Okay, this might not hold here this time, or it's straight come back again. Usually this kind of circular structure ultimately breaks finally back below more often, and here is a long wick doji head you can see in that area. Okay, and if you look at this, is a pretty long bearish candlestick pattern that might now create that pressure. Market might bring that market back below down here, and this is the 5 minutes candle closing again. Okay, here is so far bearish move that you can see in this area here. And cool. The market structure is now very, looks like it's become a fragile market structure that can break below here, right? And we are on the verge of potentially 2 trades, and we want to take that move back below. And I believe you guys enjoying this live session. This is logic. Okay, well, thanks coach, you have made my day. Thank you very much. You guys also made my day. We are doing here every single day live session, and that's what you like, right? I believe you guys also like here, right? Say yes if you like, or say no if you don't like. And also, is this trade you guys are running? This is the second one. The first one was successfully close to 220 pip. Okay, now this one we are running for another potential move back down. And also stay connected by joining the Telegram group that you can see. Love it. Thank you very much. It's a good word. Awesome. Okay, so here you want to see that the market is coming down here back below. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, this is what you need to be, right? Very good. Okay, this structure has to break below here. It's gonna move. So it just has broken out of this dynamic resistance line. Now, if the market breaks below here, that's gonna be new move. It still can go back up to the resistance level. See that where it is heading. The market structure forming, which is still a high possibility for this market to come down to this support area here. Okay, because we had a that we have credit with our first trade that we have opened, which was a massive winner, and I'm relaxed with this trade whichever way it goes, and then we can again re-enter again anytime with further possibility. with a risk managed entry again. So at the moment the market might fluctuate here a little bit, and we can see the 15 minutes there is another narrow doji being closed nearly to 1 minute, and if this 15 minutes candle not going able to break this high, also chances for the market to come down again back below. Okay, so looking at some of the lower time frame price action here, which is the buyers for me is still showing that there is a potential. The weaker is still buyer, so the market is a high possibility that to come down, but it might go to grab more liquidity, or it might manage to drop down here back below. Okay, so here I think 4473 zone, 4473. If this market goes out, okay, breaking this high, even it can come back again to 4478. If not, then this trend continues, and you could see that coming here back below. But I'm still on a zone where the market is still can come back from here, because it's not showing a strong, that green candles. When you see that like that, not showing a strong green candle, that's the chance of the market to come down here back below, right? So which you could see that. However, let's look at what is happening with any shift in the geopolitical sentiment or the market sentiment. So with the no negotiation or no discussion with this, I think the market is now just relying on the war and military system, so like the military way, and the market, that means we'll see that I think gold will bounce now. Okay, both directional bias is possible here. And okay, here the market, you see that whenever going up, it's trying to break that low, because with the current war, it is in fact with the current war, gold is bearish. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at here. This 5 minutes green candle can be a liquidity grab and can entirely come back down. In that case, we could see that continuation. Let's see where it is heading. I'm still on a bearish. Okay, getting down here, which is a good sign of progress. By the way, good to see that many of you on board. The premium group currently open, and you can see the link below this video where you can join, get access to our premium education, and which is limited time open. So take that opportunity. You can find link below this video. While also I am looking for here to secure this one here as well. You see that this is what I was talking about. The trading is all about patience. Okay, when you are patient, okay, when you are patient, you are always ahead in the game of trading, right? So 5 minutes candlestick pattern, as we discussed, it has created a bearish engulf around the 5 minutes, which is showing that the market, buy you are in buy. I don't go long here at the moment. This market is currently so far showing that there is a possibility for a downtrending move. So I will still be remaining bearish here. Anyone going buy? Anyone? Except the physical gold. Physical gold that most of you might be buying here, okay? Because the low price, but not our trading gold, okay? Anyone on buy? My system tells me. System. What I see, that trend is bearish, so I'm not sure why your system telling buy, but it's a trend, bearish trend. But you know, the market can go any direction. But however, any system that is not following the trend, that I would say that is not a very effective system. The honest feedback, because every trade that I open, trading with the trend. Okay, here all time frame now the market is bearish. So therefore, I would say that it's in a downtrend. Okay, this is a 5 minutes bearish engulfer has formed, and looking forward to see that breaking below with this bearish trend. Successfully moves back below here. We could see new lower low. I'm keenly waiting to see potential break. Okay, so long I'm sitting. Enable long sitting. You might need a little bit of stretching. Come on. Okay, we can see some bearish drop here, right? So if you look at here, that okay, there is another long week candlestick pattern, and I think this is also showing that there is possibility for downside move. Almost to the entry level that you can see. So at this level here on the little watt time frame, and from the 1 hour also the market has reached that support level where so you're almost nearly at the 50 minutes candle close, and I think there is if you look at that long week price section of this, and from the 1 hour and also the 15 minutes price section shows that let's test this order block. So there is a bearish at near to the entry level here. So with this current downtrending move that if you look at with a which is support break 30 minutes and the 15 minutes, so we are almost at near to the entry that we have opened this trade, and so from the 5 minutes, this is form of doji that we can see, also the 1 hour candle close. So the dodgy formation on this lower time frame after this structure here, the market trend is still longer term bearish, and let's see that how it goes. If we see that, I think we still could see the market to remain here bearish, and I'm holding on to that. There's multiple liquidity sweep here in that area. So with this current market structure that you can see here, which is, if you look at that, this is a liquidity zone, and there is a higher chance that the market to still maintain the downtrend, because there is a very strong break below that we have seen, and therefore I'm still looking to see that the market to remain bearish for this longer term move. By the way, in the meantime, guys, we are almost end of this session. We have traded 2 of them, and the first one we have successfully closed. This one I'm still on it, and I will keep running until to see that where the market is heading, and we'll keep you posted and updated later today from this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then I would highly encourage you to do so. Subscribe to the channel for regular update as well as analysis that I'm posting every day, so that you know that exactly how you are trading, how you can keep track of each trade that we are opening here. So that being said, thank you for joining here. It is an exclusive session from the Forex Trading Wizard Academy. And now with this, if you look at that, tomorrow also I'm coming on live. Every single day I'm coming on live twice to trade the market. And don't miss out to each trade that I'm opening. Also update given in the channel. Thanks for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon trading live. And it was enjoyable session, and I would like to again trading live together tomorrow as well, later today as well. Here, any trade that I'm opening also I'm sharing in the group. So don't miss out to follow along all the update as well as the analysis that I'm posting. Thank you, and I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that,